Cal's voice rang out loud and clear. "'Tis the season to be jolly," he bellowed before biting into a decorated sugar cookie. "You'll be round and jolly if you keep that up," Maggie fussed, trying to conceal her grin. She couldn't believe how blessed she was to have a husband like him. She and Cal had met in college and never looked back. They were made for each other, and she knew she would love him for the rest of her life. "Sweetheart, if we plan to go to the tree lighting ceremony, we'd best be leaving." He wrapped Maggie's coat around her shoulders. Mona, and Josh," he sang teasingly to their children from the bottom of the stairs. "If you don't hurry, all the parking spots will be taken, and we'll have to watch from the library stairs." "That would be lame, Pops," Josh said, hopping off the banister. "One day," Cal murmured to his son with a playful threat before falling silent at the sight of his teenage daughter heading down the stairs in her angel costume. "You look beautiful, Mona," he said, scooping her into his arms and twirling her around. "Ah, Dad, you're going to destroy my costume." "Nobody wants a wrinkled angel, and it will be your fault if they kick me out of the play," Mona said with a calculated pout. "Wrinkled or not, you'll always be my little angel," her father responded. "Okay, Steven's family, into the car we go," Maggie said while herding her family toward the car. They drove 15 minutes into town, parked, and walked to the square. The night was crisp and beautiful. Maggie inhaled the clean air, taking in the sight of hundreds gathered for the tree lighting. The smell of roasted chestnuts and hot chocolate drifted through the air, mingling with laughter and holiday cheer. The high school skit, what Mona insisted on calling a play, was about to begin. After several minutes, Cal, Maggie, and Josh clapped excitedly as Mona took the stage and delivered her poem. The tree lighting countdown began. Cal beamed at his daughter, who made heart fingers at him from the stage. He returned the gesture just as the crowd shouted, 3, 2, 1. The tree lit up like a beacon of light. Mona ran down to her family. "Are we watching Christmas Shoes this year? It'll be our first time seeing it," she asked excitedly. For as long as Maggie could remember, her family watched Christmas movies from Thanksgiving until early January. Cal nodded, and they drove to pick up the movie. "Will you go into the store, honey?" "I'm a little tired," Cal said, coughing. Maggie nodded. Inside, she picked up the movie, popcorn, drinks, and ice cream. "Christmas Shoes? I've seen it," said Tanya at the register. "It's sad, though." Maggie glanced curiously toward her husband inside the car. "Sad, huh?" "Cal chose it, but I hope it's not too sad. I'm not in the mood to cry." The movie proved a tear-jerker. Maggie tried to hide her tears as the little boy's mother coughed in bed, a cough so familiar it startled her. She didn't notice Cal watching her. He handed her his doctor's summary from earlier that day. Her eyes widened in disbelief. This couldn't be true. After that night, Cal's condition worsened. Maggie stayed by his side, comforting him as his heart weakened. She forgave him for not telling her sooner, and even laughed at his antics. The children tried to stay strong, taking turns sitting with him. One particularly bad week landed Cal in the hospital. Maggie stayed 3 days before returning home to pack a change of clothes. The phone rang, and everything seemed to pause. Maggie woke in a cold sweat. The dream always ended there. It had been 3 years since Cal's death, and these dreams haunted her every holiday season. Mona and Josh peeked in, saying in unison, "It's okay, Mom," before climbing under the covers. She was still disturbed by the memory that somehow manifested as a dream during the holiday season, but she shook it off as best she could and said to her children, "Thank you for checking on me, but you need to watch out for yourselves," before hitting them both with pillows. They all erupted into laughter, which they found helped them to deal with the sadness of losing Cal.